Hey, I saw a lot of these floating around, and I thought maybe I should do one because I have a lot of friends that have brought to my attention that they're having some problems in their life right now, and they've got like bad home lives and some like mental issues, and a lot of them are really suicidal, and I don't like that at all because like they're my friends, and if they kill themselves, then they kill a part of me too, and they have a lot of potential, and everyone has a lot of potential. So I thought I'd make this video for, oh, my hair looks weird, for all of you that just really need it. Uh, so yeah, I had a very strange childhood. Uh, my parents were never married, and so I got visitation between my mother and my father, but my dad never really did anything when I was here. All I did was watch TV, and that's probably why I'm always in front of the computer. And my mother was gone a lot because she worked all the time. So, and when she wasn't, there was a lot of stress and tension between us because I was a bratty little kid, and she was always like from work. So, but as I was growing up, I had my sister who really did the majority of taking care of me up until I was about 10 when she left for college. And it was just, I have two other sisters. I am getting scatterbrained. I have two other sisters. One's 33 and the other one is 29, I want to say. But they were both out of the house. Like, I only have one sister there by the time I was 4. So she was all I really had to look up to. And I told her all of my problems, but once she left, that was really hard because I was alone a lot. And when you're alone a lot, you start to think all the time about how bad things are and how you don't want things to be bad. 'Cause, I got bullied a lot in school, and so that was really hard to deal with on my own. But I made it through, but I think I got a lot of problems from it. Uh, yeah, bullying that was a big part of my life because I was super awkward. I'm still super awkward, and I was the nerdy kid. And I liked to go outside during recess with my best friend Lane and play with crickets and mice, and my school was very cliquey, and I never really fit in, and that was always hard for me. So, I do know what bullying feels like, and it sucks. And when I got into middle school, I was convinced that I didn't need anybody because I had lasted so long without friends, because my only two friends in elementary school moved to separate coasts. So I was alone. But then I made some new friends going into middle school, so that was better. But in 8th grade, I was 13, I made the decision to move out of my mother's house. And that was really hard on both of us. But she always told me, "Oh, you're just like your father." And so, oh, okay, not like that, but she'd always tell me I was just like my dad. And we fought all the time. We didn't really have anything in common, so I'm like, yeah, maybe I am just like my dad. I'll go live with him. And that broke her heart. And it breaks my heart too because we don't really talk much because our views are very different, and it normally leads to a fight because she is a very strong-willed Christian, and that's completely okay. But I am two things that Christians don't like. I am pansexual and Wiccan. So, and I mean, if you want, I'll make a video on Wicca later, but that doesn't matter right now. Uh, I feel very disconnected from my mother and from a majority of my family because I can't tell them that. I think my mom knows about Wicca, but she tells me all the time that I've lost God. And that pressures me because it doesn't, Christianity does not do it for me. And so it's really hard right now because I'm dealing with having to face my family and not be myself. I'm always on pins and needles. So I know how that feels. I don't know how it feels to keep secrets from them, but it's just something you have to do for a while to protect your relationship with them. Or at least for my family. And that really sucks. I'd like to be closer to my family, but I can't. I will tell them eventually, but right now everyone's looking down on me because I moved in with my dad. So, yeah. But I know that it'll get better. Because it always has. It always is. Even as low as your life can get, it will always get better. Always. Like, I'm going through a tough time right now, struggling with my mother, and sometimes the rest of my family's views on me. But I have a wonderful boyfriend who supports me, and he doesn't care about any of that. So, even though that does have a little bad thing to it, he lives in Maine, but that shouldn't matter. Oh, let's get on another topic. Distance shouldn't matter. If you are struggling with a long-distance relationship right now, it's okay. That's okay. It works. Like, it works. Ben and I have been together for almost 5 months. And we have been flirting with each other for over a year. So, they work. And don't let anyone get you down. People make fun of me for being in a long-distance relationship all the time. I live in rural Kansas, and that is not the norm. I also get picked on a lot for being as nerdy as I am, because you're supposed to like farm stuff here, and you're supposed to wear cowboy boots, but I like falling in reverse, and like cutting my hair super short, and just being a rebel and rocking it out. And that's not okay here, I guess. But life is gonna get better for me, and it's gonna get better for you. Yeah, I mean, it was really hard growing up in elementary school. I'm just rambling at you now. I'm trying to get my point across. It was really hard growing up in elementary school because I was so different and so weird. And I like to think that my mother is a good person, but she's got her own problems that she has to deal with. And I really wish I could talk to her more often, but there's some things that we just can't forgive each other for. And I don't know, in the future, it'll probably get better, and if not, then she can go her way and I can go mine. And that's really how you have to look at things if you're facing a bad relationship. It'll either get better or it won't, and if it doesn't, you don't need it. Like, don't be hostile, but just let it go. And that brings up another point. I am so much happier with myself and with everything, and I think this is what my depression stemmed from. I was very angry. I was so pissed off at everything all the time. And I just drove myself into a hole because I was so mad all the time. And don't be mad. Like, if something's bothering you and you can't do anything about it, just let it go. Worrying doesn't worrying does not fix anything. Ever. And judging people It's probably, shut up, computer. It's probably another reason why I got so depressed, because I was always looking at people and just judging them. I was like, that crappy, dumb girl. I can't stand her. She's so stupid. And, like, look at her makeup all caked on her face. You could either think like that, which will make you very angry, or you can think, wow, look at her. She's gorgeous. She took all the time out of her day, out of her morning, to put that makeup on her face and do her hair like that, and she is rocking it. Go her. I mean, if she's being a bitch, she's being a bitch. You can just not pay attention to her then. But you need to let people be themselves, how they're comfortable being themselves. Don't slut shame. Don't slut shame. Don't thin shame. None of that. Because that's not your problem. And all of your problems don't affect anyone else. They don't. Like, you don't have to be worried about what other people will think about you. Because if they're good people, they won't care about your issues. Or they will care, but they won't, like, look down on you for them. But your job to make them better. You can't expect to just kick back and whine and things will get better for you. And I know that if you've been depressed for as long as I was, it's really hard to get motivated to be happy. Because my friend Chaser told me this. She said that if you've been sad for a long period of time, then being happy is scary and foreign to you, and you're not going to want to do it. Like, you're addicted to your sadness, and that's just going to dig you into a bigger hole. Like, you got to get out of it, because life is so much better when you're happy, and you're not worrying about anybody else, not worrying about how they look, or what they like to do, unless it's, like, bad. Like, don't trust people who like to rape or murder people. But, I mean, if they just like to play, like, video games, don't worry about it. And that's really how you gotta look at life. It's not your problem if other people are doing what they want and going against your views. That's not your issue. Another thing that I want to touch base on, and it's really hard to be open about this, because I was very open about this on a Scene Kids profile, and I got told off for it. I self-harmed for 3 years. And I've got scars from it that won't ever go away. And I'm really ashamed of them, because if I just would have fixed things, I wouldn't have had to do that. But the thing is, I couldn't stop, because it's a thing that consumes you. You can't stop unless you get help, or if you make, like, a commitment to someone. It's very hard to quit, but you should. It's just, I was so conflicted in the 7th grade over whether or not I wanted to move out of my mom's house, and I was beating myself up that I would self-harm every night. And it was a difficult time for me. I also made it pretty difficult. But it's just, and then that stuck. I didn't realize that would keep with me. I thought it was just going to be like a one week thing. I did it for an entire year, and then I did it for another year. And then I quit for 3 months because I had a boyfriend who didn't want me to. And then he broke up with me for a stupid reason, and I just fell back into my hole. And it was hard to get out of. But I realized, and this is what you should do. Life sucks. Life is bad. For everyone. I can't think of any person I know that has the perfect life, because everyone has problems. Everyone does. But I'm going to quote one of my idols here, Bunny Bennett from Steve Power Giraffe. This is your mountain, and you have to climb it. You have to get over it. And I'm not saying, like, get over your feelings. I'm saying you have to work to get over this problem that you're facing. And another quote from her that I really like is that if you're LGBT or pansexual like I am, or if you're Wiccan or something that society frowns upon, just be yourself. Like, what she said is that the content of your character is what makes you a good person, or she said something like that. But it's true. It's not who you are, it's what you do. And you have to do good things. Like, you should do good things. I'm saying you have to, but you really should. Because life is so much better after that. And it still sucks. I'm still going through a hard time, but it's gotten so much better since my preteens and elementary school, and it's good now. There are problems that I can deal with. And there are some problems that maybe you can't deal with by yourself. And if you can't, I am here for you. This video is really long. I've basically just rambled. I am always here for you. Leave me a comment in the comment section. I've got a Facebook page, The Kimmy Show. I'll leave my Tumblr in the description. Like, just ask me, like, or I have Twitter too, @ParanormalKimmy. Just, like, come to me if you need help, because I will help you, or I will try. And if I can't help you, you need to get some professional help. And I know that's hard. I can't get therapy. It's too expensive, and there's not a therapist in my hometown. But I have a lot of good friends that have always got my back. And so that's what you need. You need that too. Surround yourself with good people that love you, and they don't care about your issues. They don't see that as a problem in your friendship, and they will be with you. Because the people that fuck you up are the people that leave you and abandon you. And I have a lot of friends with abandonment issues. I'm not going anywhere. If we start a friendship, I'm not going anywhere until you push me away. You have to push hard. I'm here for life. And the great thing about me is that we can not talk for like 6 months, and then you'll hit me up and you're like, what up? And I'll be like, stop, homie, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here for you. And that's all I can say. Just work, I'm going to go over some points here. Work to get over what's bothering you. Don't just wallow in it. Don't wallow in it. Because if you just complain all the time, and if people try to help you and you just don't care, then you're going to have a pretty bad life. It's your choice, but you're going to have a bad life. It's going to suck. And if you choose to make the most of it, then do it. Do it and work hard. It's not easy, but it's worth it. And another thing, quit self-harming. Do it now. Stop. I'm gonna get really real with you here. There only has to be one time when you mess up and then you're done for. Because, see, I wasn't suicidal. I just thought it relieved pressure, and it gave me some adrenaline, and it chilled me out. Stop it. Stop. It's only going to be one time, and then you're gone. You're done. You didn't mean to, but it's over. And find people that will help you. I'll help you. It's serious stuff. My dad, here's another thing. My dad, when he saw my cuts, he told me he was going to throw me in therapy. But he was so mad at me. Screaming at me. He told me that I was crazy. Or what would my friends think? All my friends knew. And it's like, yeah. Tell that to someone who's in such a deep hole that they have to cut themselves and they think it'll get them out of it. Don't say that to anyone. Don't tell people they're crazy because they have actual problems they're cutting themselves. And finally, what was my last thing? I don't know. Just don't worry about what other people think of you. It's not their job to like you, it's yours. You have to like you. Because you're stuck with you. I hated myself for the longest time. I hated myself for the most ridiculous reason. I hated myself because I thought I was too fat. People would judge me. Like, I had one guy ask me, I was doing a rant because people were thin shaming. And they're like, so, I'm assuming you shop in the plus size section? Like, hell yeah, I shop in the plus size section. You think thin girl clothes can hold on this sexy? But even thin girls are hot. Everyone's hot. They're all hot if they think they're hot. And if not, then they're pretty dang cute still. So love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, work to make yourself better. It's as simple as that. Yeah, man. That's all I can tell you. Don't worry about what other people think. It doesn't matter. They don't matter if they're trying to bring you down. Because nobody that's good for you will try to bring you down with them. I mean, that all your needs are higher than them anyway. So, I rambled on. I don't think anyone's gonna watch this video, but if you do, it's really badly structured. It's really badly structured. It gets better video, but I hope it helps somebody, even though you could probably find a better one. I do recommend Bunny Bennett's It Gets Better video, because that's what really helped me. And you can find something to hang on to. Hang on to me, if you want. Hang on to music. Music is good. Not sad music. Don't listen to sad music when you're sad. Listen to things that are happy. I mean, I have Steam Powered Giraffe and Falling in Reverse and Escape the Fate and Ronnie Radke Falling in Reverse. He helped me so much because he had a lot of my same issues. Find someone with your same issues. Listen to them. Figure out how they got better. And meditate. My detachment issues got a lot better after I got back into religion, because I've had religion with me all my life. I used to be a really avid Christian, and I lost it. I was like, I'm half Christian, half Wiccan, and it was about around the time I moved out. And I didn't do anything with either. And then I was like, well, you know what? I don't believe in a lot of Christian views. Like, they're disappointing me. Even if you are a Christian, that's okay. But there are a lot of Christians that make me just sad. So, and I didn't do anything with that. And I finally did. I got very into Wicca, and I'm really happy. I'm really happy now that I'm following the Wiccan rules, and I'm meditating. Meditate, pray, just sit and relax and think about things if you want to. Find yourself. Don't worry about what other people think, and just chill out. Just no stressing, chill. And that's what you gotta do. I need to stop now because every time I say I'm gonna stop, I keep going. So, pulling a PewDiePie here. Like and favorite if you enjoyed. I don't have a name for my bro army yet. Bro army, I'm pretty sure it's copyrighted by PewDiePie. But if you have a name for my subscribers, then give it to me in the comment section. Maybe I'll start vlogging more often. This video is super long. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Sorry. Bye, guys. It gets better, I promise. Later.